What is going on YouTube? It's Sank. We are back with another one. Now in this drop, coming at you guys with a few plays that will double, so we're talking big potential moves in this one. So I'm coming at you with the heat. But before I get the show on the road, all ask on the family, so you guys hit the like button for me. Alright guys, so today we ended the drought because our portfolios was a sea of green today. So tons of our plays on the move, like a Macy's, for example, like a Caesars Entertainment. As I say, many of our plays making the climb today. Now, I know that caught a lot of you guys off guard, given how the markets have been moving over the last couple of sessions. But as I say to you, when you least expect it, the markets will bounce. Now, the markets, it's a game of give and take. The markets have been taking a lot over the last couple of sessions, so it's now time to give back. Now that's why we stay active in these markets, to make the most of every opportunity. Now that being said, in this one I'm coming at you guys with a jam-packed one because we are talking plays that will double up. So let's run the first one. So we've got ticker symbol BGFV, that's Big 5 Sporting Goods. Now what we have here is an activewear retailer that's been outperforming over the last year, and the market has been rewarding the play until recently, because we've seen this one just get wrapped up in the market volatility that's been across the board. That's why you've seen prices come down. Now we've seen prices come down as low as $20. Now these types of levels, this play is completely oversold because there's still a lot of momentum as we go into the next couple of earnings sessions for the play. That's why I'm bringing them to your attention. Now what we're doing here is we're positioning ourselves to take full advantage of a major theme that we are seeing right now, as that is increased retail spending. This play is in the sweet spot to take advantage, I'll say, on the activewear space. And a play like Nike has just shown you guys that they've been outperforming, and other plays that are in that space are also going to do well over the next couple of quarters. So I'm going to bring this one to your attention. Now these types of price levels, good entry can be made because I'm expecting this one to get back up into the 30s, at least off the back of strong quarters. Now there's different ways we can play this major theme we're seeing. You guys know some of my favorite plays would be a Revolve or a Macy's that are going to benefit off that increased retail spending. But this play, this one's for my thrill seekers, those who are hunting returns and those who can take a little bit more volatility. You guys want to look into this one. Now talking of oversold plays, I had to touch on this one. That's ticker symbol HITI, that's HITI. Now what we have here is a phenomenal business with a stock price that's just detached from the fundamentals, and it gets like that from time to time in these markets. Now since last time we spoke about the play, they've opened up new retail outlets, they made a few new acquisitions, which just continues to give this one scale and reach in the industry. Now as investors guys, when we get into a quality play, we know it's got an end destination. It might go down the straight route, or it might veer off script, go down a route of a few more turns, and that's the path that HITI has taken. Regardless, we still are going to hit success in the play. All it's going to take is maybe a little bit more time. Sometimes you got to be patient with these plays. Take a higher car for example, because when I gave you guys that play earlier in the year, those who hopped off board that one too quickly and couldn't wait the 5 to 6 months for their money to triple in that play missed out on some amazing results. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that you guys just remember that as you approach this one. The next one I've got for that's ticker symbol AGS, that's play AGS. Now this will be a new one for you guys. You know, there's a couple of undercover gems out there in the market, so I'm gonna bring this one to your attention. Now they're focused on the products that you find in the casinos, like the game, so check them out. But look at this, the beta of the play is 3.5. Now I've gone through this before with you. It shows you how volatile the play is going to be, so we know this one can move and we can use that to our advantage by making good entry on the play. Now check this out, over the year good support has been shown around that $7 to $8 mark. We've seen it tested many times, seen it bounce off that mark. As a matter of fact, today we saw this one bounce up 7% off that mark, and intraday they're up 13% at one point. So as I say, we know this is a play that can move off the right mark. Now it was only a couple of weeks ago we saw this play at $11, and they just got wrapped up in the market volatility that's been across the board, and we've seen this one come down. Now no coincidence, they've come down to that support line around that $7 mark. Okay, so as I say, good entry is around these types of levels. So if you're looking to get into this play, entry no higher than $7.50, and ideally you want to get in at the low sevens, as low as possible. If it's $7.25 or $7.10, that's a better entry point to get in on the play. Maximizes your chances of hitting success. Now this is a play with a good business and growing, so we should expect them to outperform in their next set of earnings, which could give them that additional push. Now remember, we're looking for plays that can double up, so we need that high level of volatility where we can make timely entry to hit success on the play. Let's run the next one. Now I'm going to give you guys some quick coverage on NIO, currently standing $44. So over the week, this one's shown some resilience out there in the market despite all the headwinds these growth plays have been facing. But in terms of entry price, we're looking for entry below that $40 mark. Okay, with NIO, you want to be strict with your entries because we know this one can hit turbulence in the markets off the back of adverse news that can drop that stock price. So under $40 is what we're looking for in this play. So if you've been rocking the channel, you know what time it is. Do you have any tips on when to sell stocks? Because I don't know if I should sell when it's past this high or wait it out and see if it does any better. So first up, what you're going to want to do is decide if you're a trader or an investor. Now your trader is going to be in and out of these plays more quickly, it's more high frequency, but the loss rate is higher and the returns are lower than if you're an investor getting into quality plays with the right length of time invested. Now most of you guys, you're going to be investors, and what some of you do is you jump into play as an investor, and if that play is not moving in the direction that you expect, you take a short-term outlook, start becoming a trader, and that just throws things off balance. So I say you always want to have your exit strategy from jump anytime you get into a play. Now in terms of selling as an investor, that's why I say it's important to understand the play, know the direction they're going and how they're moving. It'll give you a bigger picture perspective. That's the only way you're going to know if the play has more upside from that current stock price, which does again allow you guys to plan that exit strategy. Now you know, to the end destination of these plays, in between, you're going to get some volatility. You're going to see these plays move up 10-15% just for the market to take back some of those gains. Now as an investor with a bigger picture outlook, you can use that to your advantage. Get into the play at that cheaper price point and ride them back up. Now in terms of selling as an investor, I say in this type of market where we've got all of these headwinds such as inflation, the Delta variant, you're going to see some volatility in these markets going forward. So when you see these plays run up, it's an opportunity for you to net that short-term win. I say take out 25% of your holding when you see the play run up, and you could rotate that to another play that's on the low. So as I say, on the journey to that end destination, take those short-term wins. Alright guys, that wraps up for this one. If you've got any questions for me, drop them down below and I get back to you and say I appreciate you guys as always. On your way out, like that comment section for me. If you're new, join the movement, and I'll catch you on the next one.